Boundaries and responsibilities. Those are two very important words in your life. And you may not think that. No, I have my boundaries. I have responsibilities. I do or don't have to keep them. Guess what? When you have boundaries, they are very powerful. Because when you set your boundaries, you have the ability to say no. And sometimes it's really, really hard to say no, especially with peer pressure and with everybody doing it. And what would it hurt? It's my body. This is my life. Yes, it is your body. It is your life. So make sure you keep it good. It's interesting because when you define your own boundaries, it empowers you to really stand up. It empowers you to live an honorable life. You set that red line in the sand and you decide, okay, I'm not going to cross it. And if you can really imagine where your boundaries are and make them really tangible, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to partake of this. I'm not going to experiment. I am not going to, because, you know, if I do, it will make me a lesser person. Not because anybody says if you do, all the bad things will happen. Just decide for yourself. No, this is my life, and I want to be able to say, you know what, I did this. And I had this much self-control, and I feel good about it. When you have those boundaries, they make something of you. And we may think at the time that it doesn't matter. And perhaps it really doesn't seem to matter. But it does. And it will impact you later on in your life. Well, I really wish I hadn't done that. If you can live that moment 10 years from now and think about it, and if you find yourself saying, I really wish I hadn't done it, then don't do it. Simple. Just don't do it. And I don't care what is the reason or the cause or how exciting it may seem. Look at your life and put yourself there. Literally put yourself there and say, what do I feel? And if there's a huge black mark, then just make sure that black mark never happens. And you may get ridiculed, you may get scorned, people may say a lot of mean things, but you know what? It's exactly what it is, a lot of mean things that just go off your back, like water off a duck's back. You know, those ducks are quite amazing. They can be in the water and they never drown, they never sink, and they never really get wet. I think we need to learn how to do that a lot more in our lives. The words that people say, the thoughts that they say about us, how we're more small because we didn't. It's like water off a duck's back. And you know what? Those ducks are fine. They really are. What about responsibilities? Having responsibilities may seem like too much, but you know what? It's a gift in disguise, because when you have responsibilities, that means you are doing something that somebody is counting on you for. And to be able to have somebody really count on you is a gift. That means they are trusting you. That means they think you can and you will do it. And when you have people count on you, you find there's a lot more motivation to do good, to be good. Responsibilities as simple as making your bed in the morning. Those things create character. What about doing chores, going out of your way of helping somebody, not because you're asked to, just because you want to and you care? Responsibilities of making sure people are taken care of, or the assignments you're given. When you fulfill those responsibilities, it feels good. Stop for a minute and think about it. What do you feel when you have accomplished, when you've finished that responsibility? Well, it kind of feels good, doesn't it? I'm going to say one more thing about boundaries. People all have their own boundaries. And everyone, it's a very personal thing for them. Respect. Respect others' boundaries. Keep your words tight, you know, and don't encourage to do something wrong. I dare you. I dare you is very powerful. And it has caused a lot of hurt in this life. People have done things because of dares that they should never do. And physically, you know, sometimes we joke and we hit and we slug. If somebody really doesn't like that, don't do it. That is their space, and we all need a little space. If we don't have enough space, it's really hard to function and breathe. We all are like that. So respect it. And you'll find that when you start respecting others, then they're going to start respecting you a lot more too. So be an example, not because you're trying to show somebody, but mainly for yourself and for what's going to happen later on in your life.